to make a butterfly, and for that I'm taking some translucent clay and I'm filling up my mold here, the eye. So I'm making one eye with the translucent, and I'm making one H also. And then I'm going to a normal blue color, and I'm going to put that in the H. So I have one H blue, one H in translucent, and one I in translucent, and I'm going to mix these three together. This gave me this color, and I am going to take a piece of this color and put in my H. So one H, and again I'm going to take the translucent color and putting that also in my H. So 2H, one of the new color and a translucent one, and I'm going to mix these two together. So I got this color. So I have the dark one, I have the lighter one, and I have a normal translucent, and I'm going to stack these so they just overlay, and I'm going to make a skinner blend of this, and I'm going to try to show you, so hang on. And when I'm happy, I am bending it and putting it through my pasta machine like this instead to get it a bit longer. And I'm going to do that one more time. This will make my piece longer. So I have a long strip like this. Now I'm going to take my long strip and I'm going to start at the end here, and I'm going to bend it like this. So I have the dark piece in one end of this and the light piece in the other end. I'm not gonna roll this because I need this for the wings of my butterfly. I need the light piece here on the outside of my butterfly, and I need to be able to make two of these, so I'm going to stretch it a bit, something like this. I rolled a piece of black clay out in a setting 8, and I'm going to make a few stripes, so I'm going to cut down my skinner blend here, trying to avoid to squeeze it too much, putting it on my black and cutting out a piece of it, putting this back together again, and I am going to cut one more line. This is just to make a tiny bit of detail in the wing. And again I'm going to cut out a piece of black for in between, so that I have a piece looking like this. And I have too much clay up here, but don't worry about that. So that's how my wing looks for now. So I have a nice big sheet here, but first I'm going to roll a snake here, and I'm going to squeeze it down here in the wing where the black is coming out. So I am putting on a snake right here, and one on the other side right there, so that I have a piece of black ending out in a black snake. And I'm going to wrap this so that the wing is all covered here in black. And don't mind the edge, it will always look a bit weird when you're making things like this. So I am just squeezing it a bit more, and the upper and lower wing of this butterfly is almost the same size, so I am going to cut this into 2 equal sizes. So that I have 2 pieces looks like this on the inside. So I am going to see the one with the most white. I'm gonna use for the top part, and I think that's this one, like that. And I am going to put the bottom wing away for now and concentrate above the on the above wing. And I'm going to cover the top side of the wing, the flat side, not the bottom side, but the top and the flat side, so that piece is a bit thicker here, that I'm going to place on the top side here, like that. Going to cut it off, taking my black and rolling it out also on a setting 5, cutting off and putting it so that I have it lying up to the white clay here, and cutting off around it, cutting out a tiny strip more of the black and putting that on the other side of the white. Sorry about the view here, but I'm putting it here on the other side of the white. And then I am going to take a thinner strip of the white than that I had before, and putting that next to the black line, and doing it one more time. Tiny strip of black, and again a tiny strip of white right next to the black. So it looks like this on the top, and something like that from the side. So this I did here. I'm going to do that on this side as well. So I'm going to start with some of my black. So now my wing looks like this, and I'm going to take a tiny piece of black and roll out on a setting 8 and cover all this I just made. And I'm letting the new black sheet going a bit over the last white point here, and I'm going to squeeze this a bit together. And here I actually have my top wing of my butterfly, my blue butterfly. So I can reduce this now for the size I like my butterfly to be in. And I'm going to put some of my Xmas red through my pasta machine in the setting 5. And I do the same with some of my black clay. So I'm going to start, just like before, with a thin line of black clay. And I'm going to put that here on the end of my wing, cutting off a thin string of my red clay and placing it right next to the black I just made. And here I'm making the black stripes a bit thicker than the red. Keep on doing that until I end down here. So I'm ending off with a piece of black at the bottom of the wing. So my lower wing looks like this now. And I'm going to roll my black clay through the pasta machine in a setting 7. And I'm going to cover the part I just made. I rolled this out also in a setting 7. And I'm going to cut some thin lines here. And I'm trying to put them almost on top of the red. So my bottom wing looks like this now. So I have the white on the outside, and I'm going to work on my canes now. And remember that these two canes need to be almost the same size when you reduced it. So I'm just going to reduce here, and don't roll this, just squeeze and pull. I have 3 rows here of bottom wings and 2 of the top wing, and I placed the bottom wing so it's lying right. Now I just need to use my head. This part goes up where I have the white dot in the top of the wing. That's the top side of my butterfly. So I'm just going to prepare one of these bottom wings, cutting off the bigger end here. And then I'm going to take my top wing and I'm going to place it on my bottom wing. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm lining up the 2 hard edges of the wing, and slowly I am flipping the lower wing up, and I'm not going to make it touch that much on the top wing, something like that. And then I'm going to bake this wing before I do anything else, and I will be right back. I baked my canes, and you actually get quite a lot of cane from what we made. But you will also find that some of the wings will not look really nice, so you will cut that off the cane and then find a place where you like the wings. And what you do is you take your wing and you cut off a nice chunk of the end piece here. I did that, so I'm not gonna do that. So you get this piece off. And then you're going to cut some very thin wings. And you need to for a butterfly. The thinner you cut these wings, the nicer they look. Then I got some rest clay from my cane that I cut off before baking. And I'm going to cut small pieces here of that. Taking my butterfly mold. This is just mold putty that I've shaped around a corner. And I'm going to roll these tiny pieces. Oh, okay, let me have some workspace here. These tiny pieces, I'm rolling that into small oblong sausages, like this, in my mold. Then I take one of my wings, and I'm going to notice where I have the white part on the outside of the wing, so that will turn the same way on both sides. Placing my wing in a tiny bit of bacon bond. You can use fimo liquid also if you have that. Dipping my wing in it so I have a tiny bit on the edge, and then I'm just squeezing it down in my body of my butterfly. And I'm gonna do that with all these. And I'm going to bake this for 15 to 20 minutes in the oven, and there you have some very, very cute tiny butterflies that you can use for all kinds of projects. So thank you for watching.